Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast here at Ali Pali. Shane Watson joins me. Shane, we've just seen Johnny go the distance over 6 with Nguema. Johnny's sort of billing it as a tough night for himself, but what he's learnt in that fight tonight can only be a positive.
Yeah, in my opinion, won every round still. He's a very good opponent. Current Spanish heavyweight champion. Won rounds against world level guys like Oscar Rivas, who's now world champion as well. Lost on a split decision, which he actually won, in my opinion, against a former European champion, Edmund Gerber. Like, people look at this guy's record and just assume that he's not good. It's like Sokolowski. If you look at his record, the guy's a fucking beast. Beats a lot of good guys, good level guys as well. Johnny, nowhere near his best tonight, was looking for the big right hand too much. Didn't work off the jab enough either. Didn't work the body enough because he actually hurt him to the body, I think, in the third round. They didn't follow up on it. Got cut in the first round. This is all a new experience for Johnny. People forget that he only had like 4 amateur fights and he's been thrown onto this massive stage. It's a lot for a young man like himself to take in, and I think he's done well. Listen, he still won, in my opinion, every round. I think the judge gave the opponent a round in that fight, whatever, that's same difference. But a lot to work on. I agree with a lot what Barry Hearn said, actually. A lot to work on for Johnny. But we all knew that. That's why we stepped him up today against a good level guy, a guy that would beat a lot of other English prospects, and Johnny still, in my opinion, won every round, like I said. So I think people need to stop giving him so much stick and actually look into the guy who was boxing rather than just looking at his record and making assumptions. Like, you don't go in there and do 10 rounds of Rivas, win 2 or 3 rounds in the fight if you're not a good operator. And if people looked into that, they would know how good he was.
Is it one of them where we've kind of learnt a little bit about Johnny in the ring that we didn't know, but we haven't really learnt anything new in terms of the fact that, you know, we keep hearing the word novice, and I know it can get banded about when people don't have the best amateur career and that, but he genuinely is. Like I said to him, we sat around and had our first chat a couple of years ago in Romford, and he was talking about fresh coming off a uni degree. Yeah. So we're not expecting the most clean, cut, precise performance at this stage, are we?
No, of course not. Listen, there's loads for Johnny Fisher to work on. He's been sparring top level guys around the country. Tyson Fury, he speaks very highly of him. Joe Joyce, he speaks very highly of him. He's sparring Marius Wack. He's been sparring loads of good guys. And he always gives a great account of himself all the time. And he's learning a lot on the job. Him and Mark Tibbs are doing great in the gym. Next time you see Johnny Fisher, you might see a different performance because he's learned a lot tonight. It's much better. Johnny Fisher gets these learning rounds and he goes in the deep end and maybe he's 15th, 16th fight in a title fight and he's had no learning. And then he gets into that, he comes unstuck and he doesn't know what to do. He got cut in the first round. It wasn't the worst cut. I'm not going to overplay it. Even the doctor said it wasn't the worst cut. But he still got cut mentally. This is something he's never been through before. And people need to understand things like that. But still very proud of him. Still a good performance at times. A lot to work on, as we know. We already knew that. But now it was shown in the ring as well. Against a good level guy. And I would like to see other English prospects take him on. And I'd really like to see how that happens. I'd like to see like to Tommy Welch and whatnot fight this guy and see how they get on. Because, you know, they're another good heavyweight. We saw them fight too early. Couldn't get rid of him. Another guys. But really good performance at times. But a lot to work on still.
Yeah. And kind of going on from this, I suppose you've got to kind of keep that level of heavyweight as well. So next time we see Johnny, if we do see improvements, it will be a big positive because you're not going to go back down to get one of these heavyweights he can bowl over in a round. From here, going to go on to someone who possesses different problems for Johnny.
Yeah, people need to remember he's 22. He finished uni a year and a half ago. He's been sparring Tyson Fury. He's been sparring Joe Joyce. He's got some good wins under his record already. He's got a good ranking. He beat a good guy tonight. Like, people need to stop looking at the fact that he just didn't knock someone out. It's like he almost needs 40 wins, 40 knockouts to please anyone. But listen, that was a good opponent tonight, and people need to look into things before they make judgments, like I said, off a deceiving record sometimes. But good experience, not the best performance, but we learn, we move, and then we look to maybe fight in the next 2.5 months.
Yeah. And just quickly on the night itself, obviously, kind of build all around the fact that Johnny's going to have about 2,800 of his mob there, and I mean, fighting in front of about 6,000 in Ali Pali as well. A lot of pressure, but yeah, like a massive positive. Not being funny, everyone I spoke to, especially people from Ammo Williams' team, right, they've come over from America and they were talking to me saying, "What? He sold 2,800 tickets." Yeah. Like the prospect of him going further and being a big name is exciting, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you got to think about it this way: he sold 2,800 tickets on his own, and he's still fairly novice. And you've got, I went to the Devin Haney versus Joe Diaz fight, and it looked like there was about 2,000 people in there, like as a whole. So when you look at it that way, and you've got Ammo and that come over, they're probably thinking, what the hell, let's get us to fight in the UK more if this is what it's like all the time. And to be fair, I know Johnny sold a lot of tickets, but most UK shows are like that anyway. His fans get behind their guys, and that's it. But yeah, like I said, overall, very, very happy, very happy. Obviously disappointed with the cut because it's frustrating, but there's an experience, learning curves. One thing that Johnny doesn't have almost whatsoever is experience. And we gained a lot of it tonight. So we'll move forward, and I bet you in his next performance you see a much more improved Johnny Fisher.
Just finally, we heard that Eddie sort of wants to take him about perhaps one American trip this year and put him in different places in the UK, try and build the following even more. Is that the plan? Next one's going to be somewhere random? Don't know.
Yeah, we wanted to take him international, Spain, Vegas, New York, everywhere. Listen, the plan is still the same. It's not like he lost tonight. You know, he won, like I said, in my opinion, every round. Judge gave his tough opponent one round. Fair enough. Definitely can argue that. Yes, the plan's still the same. He still won tonight. Obviously, he probably can't fight as soon as he wanted him to because with his deal, he was meant to fight a lot more often. But 8 weeks to heal on the cut. So you're looking at about 3 months before he can get in the ring again because he can't obviously spar. But yeah, still very happy. Still, the plan remains the same.